Week 2 of the SHEDDIE Basketball League is live. 3 games on tap tonight. First, we've got Draymond Green and the Memphis Knights squaring off with LeBron James, Damian Lillard, and the Rochester Dragons. 3 games. Of course, the first game was last week with the Chicago Stingers coming out victorious against the North Carolina Tar Heels. There's Damian Lillard getting ready for his Rochester Dragons. Rochester home after losing their opener 33-30 with LeBron James leading the way with 12 points. Now looking at your starting lineups for both teams. First for Memphis, Kyrie Irving out there with DeMar DeRozan, Draymond Green, Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. Then for the Dragons, Damian Lillard, D'Angelo Russell, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, and Karl Anthony Towns. Thanks for tuning in to everybody here for this live stream of some SHEDDIE Basketball League action. Hello to everyone who just wished me a hello. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday night and hope to spend it with us here for some SHEDDIE Basketball League action. Karl Anthony Towns and Andre Drummond will be jumping. Tip goes up. Damian Lillard with it. There's LeBron James on the left side as Rochester getting underway. Remember, 4-minute quarters, 3 fouls is the foul out. We saw Kristaps Porzingis foul out in that game earlier this week as LeBron James splashes a 3 to get the scoring going. And it's 3-0. Here's Kyrie Irving the other way. Irving finds DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan drives, kicks back Kyrie. Kyrie to Draymond Green. DeRozan crosses over. DeRozan feeds Green. Green steps away. A three-pointer, no good. Rebound LeBron. To answer your question, Tennessee Titans fan, those videos were not really necessary. I still have a couple face reveal videos. I believe 2 that are still up on the channel. But those I didn't need to keep anymore. They were just updates about races that they weren't going to be out, so... D'Angelo Russell, anyway, drives in, layup underhanded, no good. Blake Griffin corrals the miss. You see Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond both out there for Memphis, now teammates in the NBA for the Pistons. DeRozan kicks Draymond Green on the wing, now DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan led the way with 10 points in the last game. Griffin backs in, hook shot, goes around and in. And it's 3-2. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. D'Angelo Russell crosses over. Russell, Towns lays it in. It's 5-2. Kyrie Irving with it. Irving guarded by Damian Lillard. Now inside Blake Griffin. Miss there. Tennessee Titans fan sounds cool if Tripp would be in it. Tripp will be broadcasting the second game of the night, so if you guys want to stay tuned, he'll be calling the game between the Crossovers and the Little Rock Diamondbacks as that 3 doesn't go from Russell. Here comes Kyrie Irving the other way for Memphis. Kyrie Irving guarded by Jimmy Butler, a very low-scoring first quarter. Kyrie feeds left wing, Draymond Green. Irving 3. This is Xbox 360. I also have an Xbox One. As Kyrie Irving nails the three-pointer. His first points, he scored 9, had a rebound, and 2 assists in the first game. Here's D'Angelo Russell driving in, lays it up and in. Nice move at the basket from Russell, who missed the three-pointer in the first game of the season against the Stingers that would have sent it to overtime. That would have tied it up at the buzzer, but he couldn't make it. As now Memphis calls timeout, 7-5 to score. Memphis, however, trailed pretty big most of the game against the North Carolina Tar Heels. 38-31 the final score. As Memphis makes some changes, Jahlil Okafor is checked in. As now it's Okafor, Griffin, Green, Jeremy Lin, and Kemba Walker on the floor for Memphis. I'm from New Jersey, if you're curious. Damian Lillard, Eric Gordon, Nikola Mirotic, LeBron, and Joakim Noah in. So all of the drafted players are in right now. Kemba Walker with it. He's guarded by Damian Lillard. Walker feeds on the wing. Jeremy Lin, bounce pass inside. Griffin works on. Now back Kemba Walker. Jeremy Lin in the corner. Linsanity can't hit. Rebound, Nikola Mirotic. Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. The final 64th pick in the SHEDDIE Basketball League draft. Damian Lillard passes Nikola Mirotic. Mirotic, LeBron crosses over. LeBron back to Mirotic. Mirotic, a deep three. Way too strong. Griffin gets out there to corral the miss. Here comes Blake Griffin. He finds Jeremy Lin. Lin finds Okafor. Stripped and stolen Eric Gordon. Here comes Eric Gordon the other way. Feeds left side. Nikola Mirotic. Mirotic to LeBron around the horn. Gordon straight on. Off the back iron. No cigar. Rebound Blake Griffin. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Walker actually working inside. Puts it up. Draws the foul on Damian Lillard. And Kemba Walker will shoot a pair from the line. First free throw is good for the 8th year man out of Connecticut. No one is making anything indeed. It has been a game where guys are just overshooting. Both teams are going to have to make some offensive adjustments. Final seconds, LeBron drives. Deep three at the buzzer, hits it. Oh, what a shot by LeBron James at the buzzer. And that's going to end the quarter. It's 10-7 Rochester after that one. My goodness, what a shot by LeBron James. LeBron James hits one from way downtown to end the quarter. That was very impressive. Kemba Walker with it. Walker drives. He's guarded by Lillard. It's 10-7. Kemba Walker out there with Draymond Green. Blake Griffin on the floor. Then it's Jeremy Lin and Jahlil Okafor. Walker steps back. Long two is good. Contested, might I add. 4 points from Kemba Walker. For Rochester now, LeBron James is on the floor with Mirotic. Damian Lillard is out there with Joakim Noah and Eric Gordon. So each team with 2 starters and their 3 bench players. Tennessee Titans fan, the next Progressive Cup Series race is exactly 1 week from now as Mirotic can't hit. Next Saturday night will be the Stranger Things night race. And then 2 weeks after that is the regular season finale at Darlington. Jeremy Lin driving. Draymond Green can't hit. Okafor lays it up, and a foul is called. Yeah, Freedom, I did say that the race was going to be out this weekend about a week ago, but I got distracted with a lot of other stuff that I had to do. I was sick a couple weeks ago, so I had a lot of stuff going on, and I didn't get a lot of the shooting done. Last couple days, I've gotten a lot more done, so it'll definitely be out next weekend. Okafor can't hit that one. And just curious, who was that foul on? Let me just see. That was on Joakim Noah, his first. As Okafor hits the second from the line, his first point of the game. He had 1 point as well in the first game of the season, and we're deadlocked at 10 with 2:57 to go in the second quarter. Mirotic finds LeBron. Step back, Jay, is good. LeBron James now with 8 points already. And not the Cavs. Rochester leads at 12-10. Jeremy Lin is guarded by Eric Gordon. Lin dribbles towards the middle. Lin finds Kemba Walker. Kemba drives, stripped, kicks back, Draymond Green. Draymond, Jeremy Lin. Lin a three. Lin, that's no good. Rebound Damian Lillard. Just about halfway through the second quarter of play, Damian Lillard drives. Lillard inside, lays it up, can't get it to go, but does draw the contact on Jeremy Lin, and that will send Lillard to the line. So remember, after this, we head out west as Los Angeles Crossovers will be home against the Little Rock Diamondbacks, and then wrapping up tonight will be the Portland Timberwolves against the Arlington Aviators, a big triple header to wrap up week number 2 here in the season. First free throw is good from Damian Lillard, his first points of the game. Lillard was a strong contributor on the passing game. He had 5 assists for Rochester in the season opener last month, but just 2 points. He rattles home both, so now he's equal to scoring total from that game, and a timeout is called by Memphis. It's 14-10. So while we have the pause, I am going to talk about what is to come. Hi, Andrew. So I am going to talk about what's coming on the channel in the next couple weeks. We're going to have some basketball stuff. I'm going to have the race coming out next week. Another big announcement coming in about a week and a half or so. So 2:16 left in the second quarter. Rochester leading 14-10. Kemba Walker takes it up across the timeline, guarded by Damian Lillard. Walker dribbles to the left side. And a foul's going to be called on, I believe, LeBron James. So LeBron's first foul. Second foul of the quarter for Rochester. Green's going to throw it in. And he's going to find Jeremy Lin. Linsanity inside. Okafor spins. That was a height mismatch, but somehow he misses that. I think this is the highest revolution I can get with this. I mean, I'm recording from an iPhone on a tripod onto the TV, so this is probably the clearest it's gonna get. And because I'm using the 360, and the 360 I can't do direct from. The Xbox One I could do much more clear. But anyway, Nikola Mirotic misses the three. Kemba Walker the rebound. Jeremy Lin the other way. 1:28 to go here in the quarter. Kemba crosses over. Now inside, Jahlil Okafor puts up the shot, gets it to go, and the foul called on Nikola Mirotic. Okafor with 3 points is now a whole bunch of changes for both teams. Now Russell, Gordon, Jimmy Butler, LeBron, and Karl Anthony Towns are the five out there for the Rochester Dragons. From Memphis, Draymond Green, Drummond, Okafor, DeRozan, and I believe Kyrie Irving is in. As Karl Anthony Towns Jahlil Okafor can hit. Karl Anthony Towns the rebound. D'Angelo Russell crosses over. Eric Gordon in the corner. Gordon back D'Angelo Russell. Russell, Eric Gordon pivots. Russell, a contested three, and he hits. 5 points for D'Angelo Russell, now with a minute to go in the quarter. And it's a 17-14 lead for Rochester. Both these teams looking for their first wins of this inaugural season of the SHEDDIE Basketball League. Now a bounce pass, DeMar DeRozan back to Kyrie Irving. Irving gets a three of his own to go. Remember at the beginning of the game, nobody could hit anything. Now the teams are starting to heat up here as the second quarter dwindles to its end. 41 seconds in the second quarter, we're tied at 17. Karl Anthony Towns sets a screen. LeBron James dribbles towards the middle of the paint. LeBron drives. LeBron, 4 to shoot. Double teamed, puts up a crazy shot. That's too strong. Rebound Draymond Green, shot clock off, 17 seconds. Memphis did not hold for a last shot, and it cost them in the first quarter. And Kyrie's going to attack here with 10 seconds. Passes Drummond. Drummond thinks about a shot. Now it looks like they're holding. 5 seconds. Green, Kyrie. Kyrie drives. 2 seconds. 1 second. Pivots. Blocked at the buzzer, and that's halftime. We're headed to halftime in a deadlocked game at 17 between Memphis and Rochester. The first game of 3 tonight here on the SHEDDIE Basketball League on WUB Network, America's sports leader. So you see 8 points, 2 boards from LeBron. 6 points has helped to lead the way for Memphis. Third quarter about to get underway here between Memphis and the Rochester Dragons. Blake Griffin throws it into Kyrie, and we're underway. Irving, Blake Griffin, DeRozan, Green, and Drummond on the floor for Memphis. For Rochester, LeBron, Lillard, all 5 starters, as that one's going to go for Blake Griffin. Griffin with 4 points now, as LeBron is out there with Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns, Damian Lillard, and D'Angelo Russell. LeBron James is going to find Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler pumps. Now LeBron on the right side. LeBron, Jimmy Butler. Butler drives, draws the contact, hits, and the foul. And Draymond Green, the guilty party there. He's got a foul as Butler's got his first points. And now all 5 starters in the scoring category. As we watch that replay, you could see how frustrated Draymond Green was after that call. Butler to the line, and he splashes the free throw. And just like that, we got a 20-19 game. Here comes Kyrie Irving the other way. DeRozan sets a screen. Irving finds Draymond Green. Draymond Green finds Kyrie Irving. Irving gets around a double team. Wild shot doesn't go. D'Angelo Russell crashes the boards. First rebound of the day for Russell. D'Angelo Russell finds Jimmy Butler. Butler back to Damian Lillard. Lillard right side Towns. Towns backs in on Blake Griffin. Back to Damian Lillard, right wing. Lillard, 5 to shoot. Lillard with 3. James at the shot clock. Too strong. Rebound Draymond Green. Here comes DeMar DeRozan. Just 2:42 on the clock here in quarter number 3. DeRozan inside Drummond. Drummond spins, shakes, bakes, can't get it to go. Karl-Anthony Towns corrals the miss. Here comes LeBron the other way. Both teams starting to look like they did in the first quarter again. A little cold on the shooting game. Jimmy Butler passes. Damian Lillard. Lillard, LeBron wide open, but he can't hit. That was a big opportunity to stretch this to a 2-possession game, but he couldn't get it to go. Draymond Green finds DeRozan. DeRozan splits a double team and lays it in, and just like that, the Memphis Knights are back on top as DeRozan has his first points of the day. And a timeout called by Rochester. So for each of the teams, 5 players have gotten into the scoring column. Slugfest indeed, Freedom. This one is definitely going to end up going down to the wire. So we'll see. Rochester played it down to the wire game in week 1, and we'll see if they try to avenge that first loss where, as we mentioned earlier, D'Angelo Russell missed a 3-pointer and an opportunity to tie the game at the buzzer, and that's what ended up causing them to lose that one. Jimmy Butler crosses over. Jimmy Butler guarded Draymond Green. Now Karl-Anthony Towns feeds inside Russell. Russell back Lillard. Lillard drives. Lillard dribbles left side, 5 to shoot. Lillard finds LeBron. LeBron guarded Blake Griffin, makes a nice move, puts it in as the shot clock expires. The King now with 10. He's got 10 of their 22 points, and as you see by that little graphic, shooting much better than the team. And Memphis now is going to call a timeout with just 1:26 to go in the third quarter. That was very close with LeBron. I don't know for sure. I mean, that was very close. It doesn't look like they're going to review it, but he did get it to go. That could be a turning point, and if Memphis loses this game by a single point or 2, they could definitely look at that play and think, maybe we got gypped. Draymond Green's going to try to throw this in with 1:26 to go in the third quarter. Green's going to find DeMar DeRozan on the left side. High Skittles Cup Series. DeMar DeRozan finds Kyrie Irving. Irving right side triple teamed, actually. DeMar DeRozan. Kyrie in the corner. Kyrie off the front of the rim takes a weird bounce into the hands of Karl-Anthony Towns. Here comes LeBron James between the circles. D'Angelo Russell. Lillard drives right past the defense and puts it in. Season high 4 points for Damian Lillard. And it's a 3-point lead for the Rochester Dragons. Kyrie Irving. Stripped, stolen Karl-Anthony Towns. Here comes Damian Lillard the other way. Lillard with it left side. Lillard makes another nice move, but it's swatted away. I think that was Irving who got a hand on it. Here comes Memphis the other way. DeMar DeRozan backs in on LeBron. DeRozan puts it up, draws the foul on LeBron, and that'll go to the line. And now 2 fouls for James, so he's 1 foul away from fouling out. And that would be a big break for this Memphis team if they could get LeBron out of the game. So now in serious foul trouble is King James, as DeRozan hits his first free throw. Now 3 points on the game for the Toronto Raptor. DeRozan puts that one in as well. So it's 24-23. Rochester up just 1 with 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. All 10 starters still in the game right now. Damian Lillard finds Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns trying to work on Drummond. A big matchup there. Damian Lillard. Lillard finds and it's stripped. LeBron gets it back. LeBron, as the shot clock expires, hits it. LeBron is going off. 13 points. What a tremendous shot in double coverage. And it's a 4-point lead, Rochester. Final seconds of the third quarter. Kyrie puts it up and in. Now 8 points for LeBron's former teammate. 0.4 on the clock. Third quarter done. Rochester up 2 as we head to the final quarter. Can LeBron show off why he is considered the GOAT in the NBA? Can he lead the Dragons to their first victory? Or can Kyrie and DeMar DeRozan lead Memphis to the victory on the road and put Rochester in a terrible spot? We'll see. And remember, LeBron 2 fouls, 1 away from getting booted from this game. Lillard, Towns, James, Russell, Butler, all 5 starters are on the floor for both teams. D'Angelo Russell with it. Oh, how fun this is going to be, Freedom. Yes, and this is actually just the first game of 3. Jimmy Butler, for some reason, holds it way too long, and the 3's not going to go. Really, very interesting choice there to hold on to the ball for that long. Now Draymond Green with it. Green's still looking for his first points of the game. Griffin drives. Oh, what a slam. Blake Griffin just dunked on LeBron in the reverse. 6 points for him, and we're tied at 26. How about that? And actually, Draymond Green, he did not score anything in that first game of the season, so he is still looking for his first points of the season as a foul is called, and the foul goes on DeRozan. Walker's going to come into the game now for Kyrie Irving. And meanwhile, LeBron to the bench, Nikola Mirotic checks in, and I believe that's Joakim Noah's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. D'Angelo Russell a 3. Russell can't get it to go, out of bounds, Memphis ball. Now the decision to put LeBron on the bench kind of puzzles me, but I mean with the 2 fouls, it makes sense. You do want him in for the last minute, but let's see if now, without his offensive and defensive presence, if Memphis can take control of this. Draymond Green finds Kemba Walker. Walker's had a solid game. 4 points off the bench. Blake Griffin now 2:47 to go in the game. Griffin backs in, spins, loses the ball. Mirotic takes it. Here comes Damian Lillard the other way. Lillard, left wing, steps back, shot. No good off the back iron. He was wide open. Draymond Green with the rebound. Here comes Draymond the other way. DeMar DeRozan with it. DeRozan finds Kemba Walker. Walker finds DeRozan. DeRozan in the corner, can't get it to go. D'Angelo Russell the rebound. Just 2:13 to go, and we are tied. And I mean, overtime could be in the works. We already saw a double overtime game this season as Damian Lillard hits the open jumper, making up for those last 2 that he had missed. Rochester up by 2, 1:57 to go. And a timeout is called by the Memphis Knights. 1:57 remaining. 29-27, Rochester on top. This one going down to the wire. So we're going to do some more of these live broadcasts, possibly of NBA games and some baseball games with MLB 2K13 once the baseball season gets started in April. And then 3-man basketball league will be back next month. Draymond Green, bounce pass to Kemba Walker. Walker with it. Guarded by Damian Lillard. 10 to shoot. LeBron's still on the bench. Walker crosses over. 5 to shoot now. Dribbling all around the paint. Double team. Shot off the side of the backboard. Out of bounds. And it's going to be Rochester ball. And a timeout by the Dragons, and I would not be surprised to see LeBron back in the game. They just brought in Towns during that last stoppage. Timeouts, let's just check. Each team still has 1 left. So they gotta use them wisely. Kyrie remains on the bench. Kemba Walker comes in. And LeBron remains on the bench as well. Interesting decision by Rochester. Damian Lillard finds Jimmy Butler. Butler inside. Towns, they'd love to go up 2 possessions. It's Nikola Mirotic swatted away off the foot of Drummond. No kicked ball violation. And it's going to be out of bounds and Rochester takes over. Drummond and Towns getting a little physical back there. The fact that Rochester gets a second chance here is huge. Kyrie Irving was almost on the floor for some reason, standing over there. Mirotic drives, and that one's going to be a foul. Blake Griffin, the guilty culprit. His first. And Nikola Mirotic, remember we said Mr. Irrelevant, final pick in the SHEDDIE Basketball League draft, and he puts in the first free throw. Trying to come up clutch with LeBron on the bench with the 2 fouls, and they seem unwilling to risk him getting a third until very late in this one as Mirotic hits both, and it's a 2-possession lead. Kemba Walker with it, finds DeRozan. The 2 keys to the third quarter, LeBron and Kyrie for their respective teams, both on the bench. Walker a 3, Walker hits from long range. Maybe you don't want Kyrie in right now. Kemba Walker with 7 points. 31-30 Rochester, 1 minute to go here from New York. D'Angelo Russell finds Jimmy Butler. Butler inside, Karl Anthony Towns. Towns lays it up and in around Draymond Green. Oh, what a shot by Towns. 4 points for Cat. 33-30. Kemba Walker. Walker drives, tries to drive back in. Karl Anthony Towns went to high school just 10 minutes away from WUB Network Studios. How ironic is that? Anyway, DeRozan swatted by Mirotic, and now a foul on DeRozan, as that will send I forgot who that was holding the ball, D'Angelo Russell to the line. How about that? Nikola Mirotic coming up strong in the clutch. LeBron comes in for Nikola, who gets a standing ovation from these Rochester fans. Kyrie Irving also back in. That's a free throw from Russell. 7 points from D'Angelo. Memphis calls their last timeout with 24.8 on the clock. So remember, in just a few moments, Little Rock and Los Angeles will get underway. The Crossovers trying to avenge a 55-49 double overtime loss to Portland, while Little Rock coming off of a 36-29 lead over Arlington. High Exploder, I believe Memphis is your team, and you guys have some work to do here to try to get back into this one. They need a fast shot. Kyrie Irving with it. Irving trying to drive in. I don't know why he's waiting so long. He throws it right into the hands of Towns, and that's going to just about do it. Lillard's going to be fouled by Kyrie Irving. Week 2 of the SHEDDIE Basketball League is live. 3 games on tap tonight. First, we've got Draymond Green and the Memphis Knights squaring off with LeBron James, Damian Lillard, and the Rochester Dragons. 3 games. Of course, the first game was last week with the Chicago Stingers coming out victorious against the North Carolina Tar Heels. There's Damian Lillard getting ready for his Rochester Dragons. Rochester home after losing their opener 33-30 with LeBron James leading the way with 12 points. Now looking at your starting lineups for both teams. First for Memphis, Kyrie Irving out there with DeMar DeRozan, Draymond Green, Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. Then for the Dragons, Damian Lillard, D'Angelo Russell, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, and Karl Anthony Towns. Thanks for tuning in to everybody here for this live stream of some SHEDDIE Basketball League action. Hello to everyone who just wished me a hello. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday night and hope to spend it with us here for some SHEDDIE Basketball League action. Karl Anthony Towns and Andre Drummond will be jumping. Tip goes up. Damian Lillard with it. Here's LeBron James on the left side as Rochester getting underway. Remember, 4-minute quarters, 3 fouls is the foul out. We saw Kristaps Porzingis foul out in that game earlier this week as LeBron James splashes a 3 to get the scoring going. And it's 3-0. Here's Kyrie Irving the other way. Irving finds DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan drives, kicks back Kyrie. Kyrie to Draymond Green. DeRozan crosses over. DeRozan feeds Green. Green steps away. A three-pointer, no good. Rebound LeBron. To answer your question, Tennessee Titans fan, those videos were not really necessary. I still have a couple face reveal videos. I believe 2 that are still up on the channel. But those just, I didn't need to keep anymore. They were just updates about races that they weren't going to be out. So, D'Angelo Russell anyway, drives in, layup underhanded, no good. Blake Griffin corrals the miss. You see Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond both out there for Memphis, now teammates in the NBA for the Pistons. DeRozan kicks Draymond Green on the wing, now DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan led the way with 10 points in the last game. Griffin backs in, hook shot, goes around and in. And it's 3-2. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. D'Angelo Russell crosses over. Russell, Towns lays it in. It's 5-2. Kyrie Irving with it. Irving guarded by Damian Lillard. Now inside Blake Griffin. Missed there. Tennessee Titans fan sounds cool if Tripp would be in it. Tripp will be broadcasting the second game of the night, so if you guys want to stay tuned, he'll be calling the game between the Crossovers and the Little Rock Diamondbacks. As that 3 doesn't go from Russell, here comes Kyrie Irving the other way for Memphis. Kyrie Irving guarded by Jimmy Butler, a very low-scoring first quarter. Kyrie feeds left wing, Draymond Green. Irving 3. This is Xbox 360. I also have an Xbox One. As Kyrie Irving nails the three-pointer. His first points, he scored 9, had a rebound and 2 assists in the first game. Here's D'Angelo Russell driving in, lays it up and in. Nice move to the basket from Russell, who missed the three-pointer in the first game of the season against the Stingers that would have sent it to overtime. That would have tied it up at the buzzer, but he couldn't make it. As now Memphis calls timeout, 7-5 to score. Memphis, however, trailed pretty big most of the game against the North Carolina Tar Heels. 38-31 the final score. As Memphis makes some changes, Jahlil Okafor is checked in. As now it's Okafor, Griffin, Green, Jeremy Lin, and Kemba Walker on the floor for Memphis. I'm from New Jersey, if you're curious. Damian Lillard, Eric Gordon, Nikola Mirotic, LeBron, and Joakim Noah in. So all of the drafted players are in right now. Kemba Walker with it. He's guarded by Damian Lillard. Walker feeds on the wing. Jeremy Lin, bounce pass inside. Griffin works on. Now back Kemba Walker. Jeremy Lin in the corner. Linsanity can't hit. Rebound, Nikola Mirotic. Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. The final 64th pick in the SHEDDIE Basketball League draft. Damian Lillard passes Nikola Mirotic. LeBron crosses over. LeBron back to Mirotic. Mirotic, a deep 3, way too strong. Griffin gets out there to corral the miss. Here comes Blake Griffin. Basketball League Saturday in a doubleheader, coming in just a moment between the Los Angeles Crossovers and the Little Rock Diamondbacks. We moved somehow. We teleported broadcasts from Rochester to Los Angeles, 3,000 miles away. But anyway, the Little Rock Diamondbacks and the Los Angeles Crossover is about to get underway. And for this one, we'll be joined by Tripp McGinnis on the broadcast. Tripp, are you excited for this game? Yeah, this is going to be a great game of basketball here. This Crossovers team coming off of a tough loss. You know, they want to battle back after losing in double overtime. And the home crowd's probably going to be on their side. Well, we'll see. Little Rock and Los Angeles as the Western Conference action here in week number 2 gets underway. Let's look at your starting lineups. For Little Rock, Russell Westbrook, Gordon Hayward, Harrison Barnes, Kevin Love, and DeMarcus Cousins. Then Isaiah Thomas, Paul George, Melo, KD, and Ibaka, the 5 for Los Angeles. For the crossovers, they were led by 11 points apiece from Isaiah Thomas and Serge Ibaka, 9 from KD, 6 from Melo in that loss. On the other side, Little Rock was led by 11 by Kevin Love in their win over the Aviators, 36-29. They also got some production from some of the extras. 7 points from the extras, Rodney Hood and Bryce Cotton getting some action. It'll be Cousins jumping here with Serge Ibaka. Yeah, let's go, guys. All right, so Isaiah Thomas with it here on the right side. He flips Kevin Durant. Durant's guarded by Kevin Love. Now it's Paul George in the corner. George dribbles. He's working on Gordon Hayward. Now it's Serge Ibaka. 6 to shoot here. Serge Ibaka. Just 3 to shoot. Puts up a wild 3. That's not going to go. Russell Westbrook the rebound. Yeah, I don't know why he waited there. He should have really passed that one off. Russell Westbrook with it. Pounce pass inside. Love lays it up and in. Yeah, you talked about how Kevin Love helped to lead the way for this Diamondback team against Arlington, and they're getting underway early. 2-0 now. Little Rock leading the Los Angeles Crossovers with 3:13 to go in the first quarter. Kevin Durant with it. Dribbles the left side. Now back Isaiah Thomas. Thomas, the leading scorer for Los Angeles in their first game, hits from long range on an assist from KD, and it's 3-2 with a minute passed here in this one. Yeah, look at this. Russell Westbrook trying to make something happen here. Russell Westbrook looking to get some room. Just 4 points in the first game. 4 points, a rebound, and 4 assists. That was a bad miss there. And now back the other way comes Los Angeles. Isaiah Thomas passes inside. Serge Ibaka. Ibaka working on Cousins. Backs up and hits. See, that time Serge Ibaka was able to hit because he actually had time and just was smart overall in that shot. Russell Westbrook now guarded by Isaiah Thomas. Westbrook guarded by Melo. Now it's Harrison Barnes. Barnes finds Gordon Hayward. Hayward crossing over on Melo. Just 6 to shoot. Westbrook, he had 4 assists in the last game. Can he get the scoring column going? Just 2 to shoot. Fadeaway J is good from Russell Westbrook as the shot clock expires. Yeah, we're seeing them working the shot clock, which is a bit of a surprise. We saw a little more faster-paced action from both of these teams in their first games, respectively, but not seeing that right now. PG-13 with it. He's double-teamed. Now moving to the right side. He's guarded by Gordon Hayward. Paul George finds Kevin Durant right side. Durant spin move. KD lays it up. Too strong. Rebound DeMarcus Cousins as Harrison Barnes took a tumble. Russell Westbrook the other way. 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Early on here from Los Angeles, it's 5-4. Harrison Barnes a 3. And he hits from long range. Well, how about that? Barnes was on the floor on the other side of the floor, and now he's able to hit that one from long range. 7-5 now. Little Rock on top. Carmelo Anthony finds Isaiah Thomas. Thomas inside. Serge Ibaka back to Thomas. Thomas to Carmelo Anthony. Here's Isaiah Thomas now, top of the key. Setting a screen is Ibaka, but now all these defenders, Melo left open, in and out from long range, tipped in the air. Ibaka secures it, and now he's going to be fouled. The guilty party is Kevin Love. There's a bunch of changes for both teams that we'll try to update you on. As you know what, we'll just do it this way with 53 seconds. So it's now Westbrook, Hayward, Barnes, Greg Monroe, and Dwight Howard on the floor for Little Rock. As for Los Angeles, Kyle Lowry is out there with Victor Oladipo, who had a big game against the Timberwolves. He added 4 points off the bench and 2 rebounds. And then Anthony Durant and Al Jefferson. So 53 seconds on the clock. Jefferson finds Carmelo Anthony. Kevin Durant now left side. Durant drives. Yeah, you see Greg Monroe all over Durant, but Durant's able to make the move, Eddie. Yep, nice move by KD, the Durantula with his first points. And we're tied at 7 with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Now it's Gordon Hayward on the left side. Hayward with it. Pass inside. Monroe Working, now pass back Barnes. Harrison Barnes with it, 6 to shoot. Barnes moving on Anthony. Backs up, stutter, shot, no good, tipped in the air, rebound Lowry. 16 seconds, the shot clock is off here in the first quarter. Kyle Lowry passes Oladipo. Victor Oladipo with it at the free throw line. Now it's Durant. Durant fadeaway 3, can't get it to go. Hayward the rebound, final seconds. Barnes puts up a prayer, too strong, and that's the end of the first quarter. 7-7, it's a nail biter here in LA. We'll be back. Second quarter is back, and Tripp, what have you seen so far? Well, I mean, Kevin Durant's looked good, but I mean, overall, these two teams going very slow pace, just a little hard-knocking game. These two teams trying to work it into the paint, almost like a game in football where you're really relying on the running game. This is just a hard-nosed game of basketball. Russell Westbrook with it. You see Lowry, Oladipo, Durant, Anthony, and Al Jefferson, the 5 on the floor for the crossovers. Barnes, Westbrook, Howard, Hayward, and Monroe, the 5 for the Diamondbacks. Monroe finds Barnes. Russell Westbrook puts one up as the shot clock expires. Too strong. Dwight Howard the rebound. Oh, what a block by Carmelo Anthony. My goodness. Oladipo had Al Jefferson lays it in on the drive. What a block there by Melo. My goodness. He just got right up and swatted the big man. Superman denied, and you know he's going to be frustrated about that. Definitely. Greg Monroe finds Howard. Howard trying to work on Jefferson. How about that spin move from Dwight Howard to tie this game at 9? Yeah, nice move there by Dwight Howard. Howard had just a single point in the game against Arlington. Carmelo Anthony finds Al Jefferson. Now it's Kyle Lowry. Lowry bounce pass inside. Kevin Durant. Durant working on Hayward. Spin shot is good. And a timeout's going to be called here now by Little Rock with 2:45 to go in the second quarter, with LA leading 11-9. Yeah, I mean, look at some of these moves here on both sides of the floor, especially from Los Angeles. I don't know how Melo was able to get up there and somehow block Dwight Howard, and then Al Jefferson running like a point guard. Hi, Chase Elliott, fan 24. Hope everyone's enjoying this one. This is our second of 3 games on the SHEDDIE Basketball League triple header tonight. Remember, the first game of the week was about a week ago with the Chicago Stingers taking out the North Carolina Tar Heels on the road. Al Horford in. Oh, this is going to be confusing now. Yeah, Horford, Howard, and Hayward all on the floor for one team. Russell Westbrook with it. 5 to shoot. Al Horford. Horford spins. Puts it up as the shot clock expires with Durant draped all over him. Big Al with his first bucket, and we're tied at 11. Chase Elliott, fan 24, no problem, as a timeout's going to be called by the crossovers. So, Tripp, just give us a little prep about the Progressive Cup Series race next week. Well, I mean, just 2 races to go before the playoffs. We head to Bristol, and, you know, tempers always flare on the short tracks. You got drivers like Jamie Rockwell, Matt Kenseth, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, still clawing hard for their spots in the playoffs. Still not locked in. It's just going to be a hard-nosed fight at Bristol for the Stranger Things night race, and then at Darlington for the Southern 500 2 weeks later. Next Saturday night, the Stranger Things night race at Bristol. Kyle Lowry finds Victor Oladipo. And one more thing I did want to mention, 25 laps in the race at Bristol as Carmelo Anthony gets that one to fall. His first bucket, but I mean, 25 laps, it's going to be a long race, and, you know, like I said, tempers are going to fly. Russell Westbrook with it, guarded tightly. He's going to try to make a spin move. Russ backing in on Kyle Lowry, fadeaway off the glass, no good. Horford the rebound, puts it in, even with 3 defenders all over him. Big Al with 4 points. That's tied with KD for the game high between anybody. We're tied at 13 with just 1:28 to go in the second quarter. KD with it. Right side, Lowry a 3. In and out. Rebound, Al Horford. Yeah, Chase Elliott, fan 24. Chase Elliott did just qualify second for the race as an open jumper there from Harrison Barnes. He's got 5 points now, leading the way for Little Rock. But Chase Elliott in a good position. He started outside pole. Kyle Busch is starting on the pole. Oladipo in the corner, can't hit, rebound Gordon Hayward. Here comes Hayward the other way. And you said talking about Chase Elliott. Yeah, I mean, he had a big gap in his favor, but a couple of bad races all the way back to like Pocono, and he's just 16 points to the good. So he is not in any way locked in. He needs good runs at Bristol and Darlington to get into the playoffs. As a miss there from Westbrook, Howard trying to get it to go, and a foul's going to be called on Al Jefferson. And that'll send Dwight Howard to the line here with 32 seconds to go in the second quarter. Yeah, you say Chase Elliott 24. Of course, Bush got the pole. I mean, as we see a whole bunch of changes. We're not going to go through it right now. 32 seconds on the clock in the second quarter, and the starters will be back in the third. But Kyle Busch, he pretty much flat out dominated. If you go back and if you get a chance to watch race number 9, way back Memorial Day weekend now. That was a long time ago. But Kyle Busch flat out dominated that race. He took the lead from Joey Logano about 10 laps in, and Jamie Rockwell was his only real competitor, and Busch was able to win it, play some pit strategy, because that's something else you got to take into consideration. It could go 2 stops, so that risk could come into play. There were some drivers who took 2 pit stops, some only took 1. And there were only 12 on the lead lap at the end of that race. A lot of lap traffic. Isaiah Thomas finds Paul George in the corner. About 8 seconds separating shot clock, game clock. Kevin Durant sends Howard to the ground, swatted, and that's a shot clock violation here with 8 seconds on the clock. As Harrison Barnes is going to come back in for Dwight Howard, who for some reason was at small forward. Oladipo checks in for Durant, who had a very strong first half. 8 seconds now, Russell Westbrook, just 2 points so far. 3 seconds, Westbrook shakes, bakes, shot at the buzzer, hits with half a second still to spare. 4 points now for Westbrook, half a second now, halftime, and the crossovers have some work to do. Yeah, they're trailing Little Rock here by 5, 18-13 as we head to the half. Yep, the halftime break coming right now. We'll take a look at some statistics. As 4 points from Russell Westbrook, 5 from Harrison Barnes, 4 from KD. So trip keys to the second half. Well, I mean, first part here for Los Angeles, you gotta try to get some good offensive possessions. Maybe go from downtown a little more. It was working in the first quarter. As for Little Rock, just stick to their game. Don't adjust anything. Try to work towards the paint even more. Even though Russell Westbrook's numbers are low, don't make him force anything, because when he starts to force and try to put things into his own hands to try to extend this lead, that's when things can get rough. Almost losing the ball. Love in the corner, can't hit. Yeah, the Tar Heels, they've really struggled this season. 0-2 on the season. They're really going to have to try to battle back week 3 when they face off with Rochester. They will have a home game in that one, though. Isaiah Thomas can't hit. Hayward the rebound. Hayward, Barnes, Love, Westbrook, and Cousins the 5 for the Diamondbacks. Anthony Durant, Isaiah Thomas, Ibaka, and George out there for the crossovers. Westbrook to Cousins. Across the court, Kevin Love hits the 3. Yeah, Kevin Love, he had 11 points in that game. Big reason that Arlington took the loss. Wasn't really contributing, but now this Little Rock team, my goodness, they are going strong. And how about a team, think about it, Trip. Kevin Durant, Paul George, Melo, Isaiah Thomas getting beaten by this Little Rock team. As Serge Ibaka does put it in on the assist from Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, there's just something, I can't really identify it, but there is something in the chemistry and overall makeup of this Little Rock team, because you've got DeMarcus Cousins, who is physical, but is also agile at the 5. You've got, of course, Kevin Love, who is one of the most versatile players in the league. And I mean, this team was not seen as a favorite. Harrison Barnes is one of their starters, and people thought, if you got Harrison Barnes as your starter, you're not going to be one of these big teams to compete with. And they got a lot of height in this team, but you know, the height is agile height, aside from probably Dwight Howard and maybe Greg Monroe. You got Horford and Cousins, and they're athletes. They can work it. They're going really well so far. Kevin Love will be throwing it in here. A 6-point lead for Little Rock with 2:39 to go. Westbrook finds Harrison Barnes. Barnes inside, Cousins backing in, shot, no good, rebound Kevin Durant. Here comes Durant the other way. Durant finds Isaiah Thomas. And Freedom did mention whoever created that team was a genius. I don't remember the channel name exactly. They've been watching some of the games. I don't know if they're watching right now. As Serge Ibaka puts that in, he's got 6. It's not just a 4-point game. But anyway, and definitely a favorite. And they did not auto-draft. They did draft this team, so a lot of wise picks. And the crossovers were smart too. I mean, you got a lot of stars, but somehow they could end up 0-2 to start the season and have a lot of work to do. Headed into out-of-conference play, started week 4. Westbrook pumps, long 3, hits! Westbrook now 7 points. What a move on Isaiah Thomas. He now 3 of 6 from long range for Little Rock. 1.5 to go here in the third, and a timeout's going to be called. And I mean, yeah, there's definitely some things that have to be adjusted here. Oh, yeah, indeed. I mean, there's a lot that this Los Angeles team has to do. And I mean, at home, you'd think they'd be able to defend home court against these guys. So Los Angeles, their next game will be against the Aviators, which should be an interesting one, as Arlington gets the 2-game homestand early in the season. So Los Angeles will be traveling to Arlington next. Portland will be hosting Little Rock. So Little Rock will have another road game. Yeah, but that sets up Little Rock a lot of home games at the end of the season. This team, if they can start out 3-0, then they are really on track to be a favorite for this championship. Isaiah Thomas finds Ibaka for the slam. Wow, Ibaka really made that rattle. I thought that was coming down for a second. 8 points now for Ibaka, and it's 24-19. Westbrook right around the other way, lays it up, can't get it to go, but a foul's going to be called on Serge Ibaka. Yeah, only 3 total fouls between the two teams in this game. It was much more physical in the game we saw earlier. There were a total of 9 fouls. Yeah, 3 were in garbage time, but just a much more physical game there. DeMarcus Cousins checks in for Love as Westbrook hits his first free throw. 8 points for him. And remember, right after this, the Arlington Aviators will be at home, their home opener against the Portland Timberwolves, who scored a league record 55 points in their last game, but that was in double overtime. Serge Ibaka with it. Ibaka draws a double, maybe a triple team. He finds Durant. Durant a 3. They got it. KD hits. That's 7 for the Durantula. 4-point game. Yeah, how about that? Nice shot there, Durant. 38 seconds on the clock. Russell Westbrook with it. Westbrook guarded Isaiah Thomas. Russ crossing over back and forth. Now Harrison Barnes has it. Westbrook a 3. Too strong. Carmelo the rebound. Carmelo Anthony back the other way. Anthony finds Isaiah Thomas in the corner. Isaiah Thomas, Serge Ibaka, Kevin Durant. 12 seconds. Shot clock off. They can make this a one-possession game again. Yeah, and that would be really big for these guys heading into the fourth. Ibaka's been strong in the third. He backs up. Back Durant. Durant at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Yeah, that would have really helped them. It's going to be a nail-biter, though. 4-point lead for Little Rock. Here as we head to the fourth quarter. Wow, the crossovers. We thought they'd be a favorite for this championship just with the talent on this roster. But, I mean, they could be at risk of falling to 0-2 in some of the most grueling ways. Paul George out there with Thomas, Ibaka, Durant, and Anthony. Hayward, Cousins, Harrison Barnes, Love, and Westbrook, the 5 on the other side. All 10 starters in the game. Paul George finds Anthony. Anthony crosses back and forth. Shot as the shot clock expires is good. It's a 2-point game. And you know who's really kicking himself right now? Maybe the Little Rock coach, but Kevin Durant too. If he had hit that shot at the buzzer in the third quarter, this would be a tie game. Westbrook now with it. He really needs to be contained. He's helped this team tremendously on the offensive end. And he's wide open for the jumper. A 3-pointer is good from Russell Westbrook. That's 11 from Russ now. Actually, pardon me, 12 points from Russ. That's 29-24. Just get an official check on that. Yes, 12 points from Russell Westbrook. George lays it up and in the foul. He draws the contact on Boogie, who just can't believe the call. First foul on Cousins, second of the game for Little Rock, as George heads to the line and puts it in. And a timeout's going to be called by Little Rock now, with just 2:59 to go. Yeah, that was Paul George's first points of the game. He had been held silent. And I mean, with all the stars on this team, he's the one who kind of gets knocked out of the shuffle. He had 4 points in the double overtime game where the team scored 49, and then just 3 points out of their 27 in this one. Not a big offensive contributor. And when you've got Serge Ibaka helping to lead the way on this team. Yeah, the first 2 games of the season now, Ibaka is averaging 9.5 points per game, which right now would put him second in the league in scoring behind LeBron James. And actually third, Klay Thompson from Portland is ahead of him. Russell Westbrook double teamed. He finds Gordon Hayward in the corner. 5 to shoot. Hayward spins, kicks, Boogie. Boogie dribbles. Hayward shot is no good off the side of the rim. Durant the rebound. He can tie it here with 2:30 to go. Here is Paul George on the left side. George guarded by Hayward. George into the corner. Isaiah Thomas back. Paul George. George a 3. Too strong. Too much of a rush. They'll just let that drift out of bounds. Little Rock ball. Little Rock still has 3 timeouts left. Los Angeles has 4. As Dwight Howard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. On the other side, no changes. 2:11 to go in the ball game. Los Angeles trailing 29-24. Looking for a stop. Russ has been strong. He's got 12 points after just 4 in the first game. Barnes finds Howard. Back Harrison Barnes. 5 to shoot now. Harrison Barnes. Bounce pass inside. Howard working on Ibaka. Shot clock expiring, and Howard puts it in. 5 points for Superman, and Little Rock is back up by 4 with 1:50 to go. Yeah, and how about the crossovers? Still with more points in the paint than Little Rock. Now the crossovers really got, I think they got to try to focus on getting this ball into Kevin Durant's hands. They'll be throwing it in. 1:50 to go. This is getting good. Isaiah Thomas with it. Thomas finds Carmelo Anthony. Melo crossing over. Back to Isaiah. Isaiah Thomas gets some room. Tries a 3 and hits. Wow, Isaiah hadn't hit anything since the first shot of the game. And now it's a 1-point game with 1:35 to go. How about down to the wire? This one, we didn't think it because Little Rock was pulling away at the start of the third quarter. Yeah, but scrounging inch by inch, a little slower. Los Angeles slowly is just pulling this in. And it looked like they were trying to put that final nail in the coffin, but they used the backside of that hammer and are slowly pulling it out of that coffin. And now it is fully out. This game is going to go down to the wire. 1:35 to go. Barnes throws it into Westbrook. You know they want Russ to put the shots up. Yeah, but watch out for Harrison Barnes and Kevin Love. Love has been a big factor on this team. Love pass tipped. Anthony to George. Here comes Isaiah Thomas. 1:20 to go. Slow down, boys. Slow down. You got time. Paul George with it. George. Just 8 to shoot now. Tries to make a move. Crossing over on Westbrook. Gets inside. Pass almost tipped. Ibaka spins. Fade away. No good. Wow, that was not the best shot they could have gotten there. Under a minute to go. Still anybody's game. A 1-point lead for Little Rock. Can they get to 2-0? Can the crossovers get their first win? Westbrook stripped. Howard, a wild pass. Somehow Los Angeles hasn't gotten the ball into their hands. Hayward with it. 4 to shoot. Gordon Hayward crossing over Isaiah Thomas. Barnes a 3. In and out. That would have really won this game. 30 seconds now. George to Thomas. Thomas jumper. Oh, what was that? Oh, man, that was a stupid shot by Thomas. They had enough time. And now Melo has to start the fouling game. As Love tries to get it in, he does to Westbrook. And now Thomas wraps him for the foul. his first, and that'll send Russ to the line. Yeah, but still, he's only going to have 2 free throws. They can tie this with a 3. Los Angeles might find themselves stuck in overtime again. First free throw is good. Remember, within 5 minutes after this game ends, the final game of the night will get underway between the Arlington Aviators and the Portland Timberwolves. Russ puts that one in. And a timeout is called here by Los Angeles. Now 14 points from Russell Westbrook. Yeah, only 4 in the last game, but right now that'll get his scoring average up to 9 points per game. Yeah, Freedom, I see you saying one of those endings, I mean, condescendingly, you might mean with the fouling, but hey, Los Angeles, they got a chance. Now, one thing. Trip, would you go a quick 2 here or a 3? Well, I'm a NASCAR driver. I've been driving since the 90s, but, I mean, if I had to pick, if I was going in the mind of the coach, I would go a quick 2 here. And just try to get a mix-up on the free throw. Melo, what in the world is he doing? An absolute brain fart from Carmelo Anthony, a backcourt violation, and that's going to pretty much do it, I think. Oh, man, what in the world was Melo thinking? Boos ring out of Los Angeles, and now Westbrook has to be fouled by Isaiah Thomas, who's 1 away from getting the boot from this one. My goodness. Melo messes up, and wow, Melo has lost this game 2 games in a row. I mean, he had a chance to win against the Timberwolves, and I believe first overtime or the end of regulation in that first week. Westbrook hits both, 16 points, the 5-point game, and now they have to hit 3s. Oh, Melo, watch out on the timeline there. Thomas chucks a 3. That's not going to go. Howard the rebound, pass tipped. Hayward ends up with it, and that's going to pretty much kill this one. As Gordon Hayward gets it, foul is going to be called on Paul George. George with his first, but it seems like it's garbage time. A 5-point lead with 8.8 on the clock. Hayward puts the first in as Dwight Howard heads to the bench. DeMarcus Cousins back in. Yeah, Gordon Hayward there. This is his first points of the game. Hayward puts them both in. It's now a 7-point lead. Final seconds, Carmelo Anthony finds George. George will just throw up a 3. He does hit it. So Paul with 6 points helping to pad the stats. But 1 second, that's the ball game. Little Rock takes this one by the score of 37-33 to move to 2-0. Trip, final things on this game. Well, I mean, Los Angeles, they got a lot to build on. They really need to fix this. Now, 0-2 and losing at home is really grueling. Little Rock looking strong. Trip, thanks for joining us. Our third game and final game of the night will get going in just a few minutes between the Arlington Aviators and the Portland Timberwolves. We'll be back in just a few moments here on WUB Network, America's sports leader. Stay with us. Week 2 of the SHEDDIE Basketball League is live. 3 games on tap tonight. First, we've got Draymond Green and the Memphis Knights squaring off with LeBron James, Damian Lillard, and the Rochester Dragons. 3 games. Of course, the first game was last week with the Chicago Stingers coming out victorious against the North Carolina Tar Heels. There's Damian Lillard getting ready for his Rochester Dragons. Rochester home after losing their opener 33-30 with LeBron James leading the way with 12 points. Now looking at your starting lineups for both teams. First for Memphis, Kyrie Irving out there with DeMar DeRozan, Draymond Green, Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond. Then for the Dragons, Damian Lillard, D'Angelo Russell, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, and Karl Anthony Towns. Thanks for tuning in to everybody here for this live stream of some SHEDDIE Basketball League action. Hello to everyone who just wished me a hello. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday night and hope to spend it with us here for some SHEDDIE Basketball League action. Karl Anthony Towns and Andre Drummond will be jumping. Tip goes up. Damian Lillard with it. Here's LeBron James on the left side as Rochester getting underway. Remember, 4-minute quarters, 3 fouls is the foul out. We saw Kristaps Porzingis foul out in that game earlier this week as LeBron James splashes a 3 to get the scoring going. And it's 3-0. Here's Kyrie Irving the other way. Irving finds DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan drives, kicks back Kyrie. Kyrie to Draymond Green. DeRozan crosses over. DeRozan feeds Green. Green steps away. A three-pointer, no good. Rebound LeBron. To answer your question, Tennessee Titans fan, those videos were not really necessary. I still have a couple face reveal videos. I believe 2 that are still up on the channel. But those just, I didn't need to keep anymore. They were just updates about races that they weren't going to be out, so. D'Angelo Russell, anyway, drives in. Layup underhanded, no good. Blake Griffin corrals the miss. You see Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond both out there for Memphis. Now teammates in the NBA for the Pistons. DeRozan kicks Draymond Green on the wing. Now DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan led the way with 10 points in the last game. Griffin backs in. Hook shot. Goes around and in. And it's 3-2. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. D'Angelo Russell crosses over. Russell, Towns lays it in. It's 5-2. Kyrie Irving with it. Irving guarded by Damian Lillard. Now inside Blake Griffin. Miss there. Tennessee Titans fan sounds cool if Tripp would be in it. Tripp will be broadcasting the second game of the night, so if you guys want to stay tuned, he'll be calling the game between the Crossovers and the Little Rock Diamondbacks as that 3 doesn't go from Russell. Here comes Kyrie Irving the other way for Memphis. Kyrie Irving guarded by Jimmy Butler, a very low-scoring first quarter. Kyrie feeds left wing, Draymond Green. Irving 3. This is Xbox 360. I also have an Xbox One. As Kyrie Irving nails the three-pointer. His first points, he scored 9, had a rebound, and 2 assists in the first game. Here's D'Angelo Russell driving in, lays it up and in. Nice move at the basket from Russell, who missed the three-pointer in the first game of the season against the Stingers that would have sent it to overtime. That would have tied it up at the buzzer, but he couldn't make it. As now Memphis calls timeout, 7-5 to score. Memphis, however, trailed pretty big most of the game against the North Carolina Tar Heels. 38-31 the final score. As Memphis makes some changes, Jahlil Okafor is checked in. As now it's Okafor, Griffin, Green, Jeremy Lin, and Kemba Walker on the floor for Memphis. I'm from New Jersey, if you're curious. Damian Lillard, Eric Gordon, Nikola Mirotic, LeBron, and Joakim Noah in. So we bet Freedom is ready for this one, and so are we. Giannis Antetokounmpo with it. Giannis finds Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, Leonard sets a screen. Thompson spins, 1 second on the clock, can't put it in. Ginobili the rebound. Now here's Manu. Manu finds Steph Curry. Steph Curry steps in and hits. Curry was held scoreless in the first game of the season. What does he do here? He gets on the board. It's 2-0 Arlington. Here's Kobe Bryant the other way for Portland. He helped lead the way for the Timberwolves. Hit some clutch shots late in that game. Klay Thompson set the league record with 18 points in the last one, and now each Splash Brother has hit a bucket for their respective teams, and we're tied at 2. 2:54 left here in the first quarter. Steph Curry finds Manu Ginobili. Manu with it. Spins, lays it up and in. How about the old man, 39-year-old Manu Ginobili still getting it done from Argentina, and Arlington leads it now 4-2. Portland with the victory would remain tied in the Western Division with Little Rock atop the league. Arlington with the victory would end up tied for second, but Klay Thompson hits an open 3, and he's picking up right where he left off with 18 in the last game, already 5 in the first less than 2 minutes of this one. 2:07 to go here in the first quarter. Steph Curry tries a three and hits. How about that? Curry's already got 5 as well. The Splash Brothers go back and forth. And how about the first 2 games of the night were pretty, not that offensive. This one, both teams getting out fast on the offensive end. Chris Paul bounce pass Klay Thompson, top of the key. Guarded by his Warriors teammate Steph Curry. Bradley Beal in the corner. That one's not going to go. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Here comes Curry the other way. Curry finds Ginobili. Manu with it, passes Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki back Manu. Manu with 3. Can't get it to go. Giannis Antetokounmpo wrestles in there for the rebound. The Greek Freak finds Bradley Beal. Here's Beal the other way. Beal finds Klay Thompson. Thompson back to Beal. Beal top of the key. Beal finds Klay Thompson. Thompson can't get it to go. Rebound Tim Duncan. Here comes Manu Ginobili the other way. Ginobili finds Steph Curry. Curry back to Manu. Manu finds Nowitzki. Nowitzki backs in. Back Ginobili. Ginobili a 3. That's not going to go. Rebound Klay Thompson. Now just 35 seconds in the first quarter. The offenses that were spiraling out of control in the first 2 minutes. Now it's stalled, and now just as I say that, Bradley Beal makes his first shot of the game, and we're tied at 7. About 4 or 5 seconds separate shot and game clock here. 17 shot, 20 game. Here's Ginobili. Ginobili a contested 3. That's not going to go. Duncan the rebound. Tim Duncan tries to put it in. Nice defensive effort from Kobe Bryant. Here comes Giannis Antetokounmpo. Final seconds in the quarter. Kobe finds Chris Paul. Paul spins. What a move by Paul. Can't hit. Final seconds. Curry half-court prayer. Almost gets it to go. A little too strong. That ends the first quarter. We're deadlocked at 7. As we move into the second quarter of play, no fouls. Just a lot of chucked shots from both teams. They're getting them to fall the first couple minutes of the quarter, and then a little bit of a lapse came in the second half of the first quarter. Nowitzki throws it into Iguodala, and we're underway here in the second quarter. Andre Iguodala out there with J.R. Smith, Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker, and Dirk Nowitzki for Arlington. And I believe that one's going to go, and the foul on the 5th man in there, Tristan Thompson. How about the move there by Kawhi Leonard to put it in, and an and one opportunity. And he hits. Leonard there hits 3, and Arlington is on top 10-7. Here's Chris Paul. Paul is guarded by Tony Parker. Parker playing some nice defense. Millsap with it. Now a major height advantage out there with 3 somewhat of big men off the bench coming in for Portland. Millsap swatted by Leonard. Unable to save it before the shot clock expired was Tristan Thompson. And Arlington, yep, they got a lot of momentum on their side here. 3:17 left here in the second quarter. Tony Parker the other way for the Aviators. Parker finds Andre Iguodala. Back to Parker. Both these teams are at home in week 3. As Parker drives in, thinks about it, puts up the shot. That one's short. Rebound Paul Millsap. Portland will be hosting Little Rock, and which could be a really interesting matchup. If Portland wins here, and that could be 2-0 teams squaring off, Arlington will be hosting LA, looking to get out of their spiraling mess. As Millsap, I believe that was, putting that one in. Yes, it was. Paul Millsap with his first bucket, and it's 10-9. 2:26 to go here in the second quarter. Parker finds Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki backs in on Valanciunas. Spins, fade away, no good. Jonas Valanciunas the rebound. A nail-biter here in Arlington. The Lone Star State getting a treat here. Chris Paul behind the back pass, Millsap. CP3 guarded by Parker between the circles. Paul dribbles to the left side. Now tries to make a move on Parker. Lays it up, no good. Rebound Dirk Nowitzki. Here comes Andre Iguodala the other way. J.R. Smith, stupid play, he steps out of bounds. And it's Timberwolves ball. Stupid play from J.R. Smith, but I still think that can't beat what we saw in that last game with Carmelo Anthony. Pretty much the reason that Los Angeles fell to 0-2 was a timeout's going to be called here by Portland. The main reason for that loss was because Carmelo Anthony had a backcourt violation off an inbound on their side of the court, which was just absolutely embarrassing. I think, was that Curry checking back into the game? No, I was wrong. I thought Curry was. Anyway, Tristan Thompson throwing it in here. He's going to find Valanciunas. Valanciunas thinks about the shot, realizes Dirk Nowitzki's draped all over him. Chris Paul feeds left side, Bradley Beal. 1:40 to go here in the second quarter. Chris Paul thinks about the shot, decides better of it. Now he's going to move inside, and he's going to step out of bounds. Great defense from Arlington, and the Aviators take over. And now Arlington wants to talk things over here with 1:34 to go in the second quarter. So a couple of turnovers by each side, and each team has called a timeout to try to regroup afterwards. Portland put up 55 in still with the 2 overtimes, but they had almost 40 points in regulation in the first game, and now are struggling to get to double digits here in the first half. Great defensive effort from both sides. Leonard finds J.R. Swish with the bucket. J.R. Smith with his first bucket of the season. He was held scoreless during the game in week 1. 1:07 to go. Chris Paul is guarded by Tony Parker. Chris Paul finds Paul Millsap. Millsap backs in, spins, fades. What a move and what a shot as he banks it home. Millsap already with his second bucket. Paul Millsap had that many points, 4 points in the first game of the season against the Los Angeles Crossovers. 47 seconds here in the quarter. Jumper, Nowitzki sticks it. Took till the very end of the first half for him to hit, but Dirk Nowitzki puts it in, and Arlington is up by 3 with 38 seconds here left in the second quarter. Almost losing the ball was Beal. Chris Paul gets it back. Steph Curry remains on the bench, as does Monty Ginobili. Paul inside. Tristan Thompson right-handed slam. As he got right around the defense, he was able to pretty much loop right around and put it in. 14-13 now the score. Tony Parker finds Iguodala in the corner. Andre Iguodala drives in and puts it in with defenders draped around him. Iguodala with 2 points. Now 6 of the 8 from the Aviators have scored, aside from the 2 Spurs vets, Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. Shot clock winding down. Game clock actually. 8-second shot clock off. Paul Millsap, final seconds of the quarter. Puts it up at the buzzer, doesn't get it to go. And Arlington will take a 16-13 lead into the half. The final half of basketball on the night here on WUB Network coming in just a moment. Here after this halftime report. It's a 16-13 lead for the Aviators. 5 points from Curry, 3 from Kawhi Leonard. On the other side, 5 quick points early from Klay Thompson, who hasn't played much during the game. Second half about to get underway. Portland held to just 13 points in the first half. Great defensive effort from Arlington. We'll see if they can continue it here as the third quarter about to get underway. Leonard throws it into Curry. Steph Curry with 5 points after being held scoreless in the loss to Little Rock. Curry trying to make a move. He's double-teamed by Kobe and Paul. Now it's Tim Duncan, free throw line. Pretty much a free throw there, and he hits. Duncan with his first bucket. Now Tony Parker is the only Aviator not to score in the game. Only 4 Aviators were able to even get into the scorers column in the last game as Kobe is swatted away. Here comes Arlington the other way. Leonard inside. Fires. Steph Curry left wing. Curry dribbles towards the middle. Kobe Bryant is all over him. Curry finds Ginobili. Ginobili a 3. He hits. 8-point lead. Steph Curry the assist. Arlington fans loving it as the Aviators now lead 21-13. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Biggest lead of the season for Arlington. Chris Paul is guarded by Steph Curry. Now he finds Kobe Bryant, guarded by Tim Duncan. 3 to shoot. Kobe from another area code. Trying to do Kobe-like things, but the Mamba can't hit. Rebound Nowitzki. Here comes Ginobili. A double-digit lead possible here for Arlington. Ginobili working on Giannis. Someone took a spill. I think that was Bradley Beal. Curry guarded by Chris Paul. Just 8 to shoot here. Curry moves in slightly. Now he starts to drive. Curry, 3 to shoot inside. Hook shot, no good. Duncan the rebound, put back, in and the foul. Tim Duncan draws the contact on Kobe Bryant. His second bucket. And Duncan can make this an 11-point game. Can't get that one to go, though. Giannis the rebound. Duncan not the best of free throw shooters. Chris Paul with it. Chris Paul finds Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo puts it up. Doesn't go. Tim Duncan the rebound. Here comes Manu Ginobili. Ginobili drives. Inside. Nowitzki puts it in. What a run that the Aviators are going on. 9-0 run here in the third quarter. And with 1:48 still to elapse in the third, it's a 25-13 lead, and Portland calls timeout before things get absolutely out of hand. The crossovers, I think we're starting to diagnose the issue. There is still the height problem with Portland. They do not have a lot of height in that starting lineup. But neither did the crossovers. And just Portland was hot, and they were able to convert. Portland not as hot in this game at all. And because of that, struggling mightily here against Arlington, who has big men like Nowitzki and Duncan, and former Defensive Player of the Year Kawhi Leonard as a 3. I mean, this is a defensively minded team. Throwing it down the court, tipped out of bounds, and it's last touched by Kawhi Leonard, showing off why we just called him former Defensive Player of the Year, showing off his defensive stature. Pass inside Kobe Bryant. Bryant finds Chris Paul. Chris Paul trying to cross over Ginobili. Klay Thompson lays it up and in. First points of the quarter finally. Thompson with 7, leading the way. And it's a 10-point game. He's got 7 of their 15. And now another timeout called by the Aviators in one of the slowest moving quarters we've seen in a long time here in the SHEDDIE Basketball League. So remember, week 3... we'll have 4 games. What the plan is right now is that we're going to do a spotlight game of Portland and Little Rock. That will be actually just uploaded and just put up as a regular video. And then the other 3 games, which will be Rochester at North Carolina, Chicago at Memphis, and then Arlington at home against the crossovers, will all be in something like this in a couple of weeks. Probably 2 weekends from now when there's no Progressive Cup race, President's Day weekend. Maybe after the Daytona 500. Anyway, Klay Thompson puts that in, draws the contact on his teammate, and heads to the line.
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player.
Thompson puts that one in, so now 10 points from Klay Thompson. Right now averaging 14 points a game. That would put him ahead of LeBron and in charge of the league in terms of scoring. And All-Star voting will begin after Week 4 with the All-Star game after Week 6. So he could be right into the consideration as Ginobili halts the Portland run and puts it in. 7 points leading the way is Manu. And it's a 9-point lead now. 56 seconds here in the quarter. Chris Paul with it. Paul guarded Ginobili. Chris Paul steps out of bounds. Great defense from Curry. That's a run halter because it was looking like Portland was heading in the right direction, but a nice stop there. 45 seconds in the third quarter. Steph Curry is guarded by Chris Paul. Curry tries to make a move on Paul. Steph Curry finds Kawhi Leonard. Leonard in the corner, back to Curry, around the horn, Ginobili finds it. Nowitzki, shot, no good. Rebound, Klay Thompson. Here comes Klay the other way. Shot clock is off. Chris Paul with it. Paul guarded by Curry. Chris Paul looking to make a move. 5 seconds. The Black Mamba. He hit a buzzer at the end of the third quarter in the game 1 of the season. Can't do it this time. Great defense from Ginobili. How about this? Arlington up 9, looking for a big win at home against Portland. Final quarter of basketball here on the night. We hope everyone who has been tuning into the broadcast has enjoyed it. And we want to give a special shout out to Freedom. I mean, this broadcast has been going 85 minutes, and I mean, you've been here the whole time. Thanks a lot. Everyone else who's joined in at different points, thanks a lot for tuning in. And as you've heard, there's going to be a lot more NASCAR and basketball on the way. Busy couple of weeks coming on the channel as Kobe Bryant can't hit from 3. Nowitzki the rebound. Nowitzki out there with Ginobili, Curry, Leonard, and Duncan. As a foul's going to be called on Beal on the baseline. As he tried to force Leonard out of bounds, but he ends up making more contact with Leonard than he did with the ball. Antetokounmpo, Bryant, Beal, Thompson, and Paul, the 5 on the floor for the Timberwolves. A very talented team, but as we've said, the height differential could be the issue. Nowitzki, and a foul's going to be called, and he puts it in. Dirk Nowitzki with a nice move there. 6 points now for Dirk. That's an 11-point lead. 20 years ago, Dirk was drafted into the NBA out of Germany by the Bucks. And he puts that in, so it's a 7 points for him, and it's a 30-18 lead by Arlington. 3:20 to go, and Portland really needs to turn things around here. Giannis can't hit. Nowitzki the rebound. Here comes Curry. Curry scored the first 2 buckets of the game for Arlington, and is not, I think he's only attempted 1 shot since. Ginobili with it, but they're relying on the old guys, the veterans on this team, as Duncan puts it up and in. 6 points now for Tim Duncan. How about this? And after getting beaten by Little Rock pretty soundly, Arlington coming back and destroying Portland, which really just shows if Arlington is this good of a team, the caliber that the Little Rock Diamondbacks are. Because they've been able to decimate these teams a couple weeks in a row. And now Arlington able to beat these Portland Timberwolves pretty soundly. 32-18. Here's Giannis. He's going to find Klay Thompson in the corner, and he hits a 3. Thompson with 13. The rest of this team has 8 points. My goodness. It's an 11-point lead. The press being implemented here. 2:36 to go. Ginobili spins. Parker has checked in for Curry. Duncan with it. Kawhi Leonard. Ginobili a 3. Hits from long range. Manu with 10 points. Now this Arlington team, they are a team built for this season and this season only. Because when next season comes, these players, a lot of these older guys could be retiring. Duncan has said this is his 1 year. And we don't know. Ginobili could be gone. Nowitzki could be gone. This team is built for this year. And you know they want to win this. As in the corner, that one goes. And now it's 35-23, and I just need to get a check on who scored there. I believe that was, and it was Bradley Beal with his second bucket. 1:53 to go in the action tonight. First 2 games were close. This one not so much as Ginobili tries the 3. It doesn't go. Tristan Thompson the rebound. But the Arlington Aviators showing that they aren't a joke after getting beaten pretty soundly by Little Rock last week. But now Klay Thompson hits a 3. And now it's within 9 again. They're not out of the woods 100% yet. As Thompson with 16 points. And Klay now 18 in the first game, 16 in regulation here. He's averaging 17 points a game. He is going to easily be an all-star starter for the West. And remember, you'll be able to start casting your all-star ballots week 4. before we have any games for week 3, we will put up all the statistics with scoring leaders and stuff in the standings. And we'll do it after every 2 weeks. Week 2, week 4, week 6, week 8, and then at the very end of the season. Pass tipped. Beal comes up with it. And now here comes Portland and a quick three, and they can make this a 6-point game. Tristan Thompson finds Beal. Beal a 2, no good. Tipped in the air, and Duncan comes up with it. Here comes Tony Parker the other way. Just so many veterans. Hey, Brandon Cox. Next season you could definitely join a team and get a team. We'll add a couple more teams next season. And I know you might be wondering, Big Fella will be back next month. I took a little break from TMBL, but early March, all through March, will be the last 2 weeks of the TMBL season, and then the playoffs, and I remember the Rainmakers will be right in the midst of that. So don't worry, Big Fella will be back, and you'll definitely get a chance with that. So Kawhi Leonard inside. Dirk Nowitzki with 55 seconds. Fade away. He gets it to go. And Brandon, your player is just so good in the 3-man basketball league that who knows? We might even stick him in the draft pool for this next year. As Thompson, what a shot by Tristan Thompson. 37-28. 43 seconds on the clock. The press is on. Tony Parker, 41 seconds. He's got to try to throw this across. No, he actually spins away. Here comes Tony into the paint. Parker lays it up and in. All 8 Arlington Aviators have scored, and that's probably the final nail in that coffin. An 11-point lead. 39-28. A stupid foul called here and hitting it and one. Kawhi Leonard the guilty culprit. As Klay Thompson with 18 points. He scored 18 in the first game. Hi, Ashton Hagemeyer. Whole new group comes in pretty much for Portland. They got all the bench players in. 19 points for Klay Thompson. 28 seconds, 5 seconds separate shot and game clock. Parker's got to get across. He does get by again. Iguodala with it now. He's just checked in. Iguodala inside. Wild pass. Grant Jarrett checks in now. Tony Parker with it, right wing. Jarrett's got minutes in both games. Parker. Tibor Police can hit. Valanciunas the rebound. 3 seconds. CJ Watson puts up a half-court prayer. Ball game. Aviators beat the Timberwolves 39-31. Freedom, congrats. You guys are 1-1. Portland falls to 1-1, and now they are tied for second in the Western Division. Los Angeles Crossovers in last, Little Rock on top. So we hope that everybody enjoyed this live stream. We'll have more on the channel soon, and a big announcement coming this week. And, of course, the Progressive Cup Series race next weekend. We hope you enjoyed. This is WUB Network signing off. We'll see you next time.